Today I'm going to talk about how Dramatica relates to the three-body problem, both the series and the book, but not to the story form or the structure or analyzing how it all works. We're going to refer to some elements they discuss in the proposed physics and laws of physics inside the book and the movie, and how that actually describes how and why Dramatica was built as it was. So, first we want to talk about the book a little bit. There's an area in which they say there are two different hypotheses about how physics could work, how the laws of physics can function. One is the shooter hypothesis, in which a marksman goes out and shoots at a target every 10 centimeters. He puts a hole just on a whim. And when scientists who are two-dimensional beings living on the target take a look at those holes, they say, law of physics, every 10 centimeters there's a hole in the universe. That's the shooter hypothesis. Now, the other hypothesis is the farmer one, in which there are turkeys. And every day at 11 o'clock, the farmer comes and feeds the turkeys. And a turkey scientist says, oh, okay, I've got this law. At the end of almost a year, he reports to the other turkeys, every day food arrives at 11. That's a law of the universe. And then that day happens to be Thanksgiving. And the farmer shows up, and he kills all the turkeys, and they clearly didn't understand the real laws of the universe. Well, in the novel, it's all based on the idea that some particle accelerators that are the most powerful ever built, that have a magnitude higher degree of energy, so they can see deeper into the universe and the functioning of it than ever before. There's 3 particle accelerators. Each one is running the same kinds of tests, and they get different results every time they run it on each of the particle accelerators. So collectively, there is no consistency. There is no law of the universe. There is nothing that holds true forever, because each one's constantly getting different results. Now, if you look at the shooter hypothesis, that's a spatial law. It says every 10 centimeters is a hole in the universe. And the farmer hypothesis says it's a temporal law, that every day at this point, this will occur. Well, the same thing happened to Dramatica in the early days, third of a century ago when we were working on it. Realized there were 2 kinds of causal statements, if then and when also. If then is one bad apple spoils the bunch, if then. The other one is spatial, where there's smoke, there's fire. Now, the thing about these is we realized even then that they don't hold true for the entire story universe. They only hold true in a localized area. And that localized area is the narrative. It is the size of mind constant. It is the story mind. And only within a single story mind, even though there are many of them available in our real lives, only when you're within one of them as a closed system will the laws of narrative hold true. More on this later.